ADDRESSEES is frauds. All my women is boss.
Why didn't Mickey Factz become a full-time battle rapper?
I just felt
instead of just battling here and there.
I always felt like this was. I just felt like it was something that the battle rappers should have. For me, like I wanted to do it. My first battle, I wanted to do it because I was critiquing so much.
Okay.
And people were like, well, you're gonna talk, you got battle, so step in, and that's why I stepped in. I had no plans in returning. People were on my neck. And then my second time was, Daylight asking me, yo, let's battle, and I was like, okay. And then every time I came back, it was a reason. Like the DNA, it was a grudge match. I wanted to rhyme over a beat. I reached out to that league to rhyme over a beat. And then, the Verb joint, I just wanted to battle on every league. It's never been this thing where, even at my lowest, when I was down to $414 in my bank account, I never was like, yo, let me take a battle to get on my feet. That just wasn't my thing. It wasn't never about the money for me. It was always about, being competitive when I wanted to be competitive and taking the battle. So me being a full-time battle rapper was never on my docket. It was never something that I wanted to or aspired to do. I admire what these guys do, but it wasn't never for me. I like making music more than I like battling.
Now, I feel like, you just recently put on a dope performance versus Verb.
Yes.
Almost at 100K, y'all like at 98 and things like that.
Crazy. I got a theory on that too. But
yeah. First of all, how did you feel about that whole performance, you versus Verb, the look and everything? You guys did it quietly. No major promo. I feel like it would have definitely did way more if we would have got a real clash and things like that on that end. But how did you feel about the battle, the overall outcome of it?
I loved the battle. I love what me and Verb were able to get done and do. When I signed on to do it, ARP was very adamant on not promoting. He was like, I'm not paying you to promote. This is something I just want to get done. So that's why I didn't promote it. And if you ever speak to ARP, you can ask him. I said, listen, I have a publicist on retainer. We can get this the same way I was in Forbes and Billboard and Rollers. We can take this and do something with it. He was like, that's not necessary. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really promote it. I was shocked that Verb announced it. Because I was like, we're not getting paid to do this. And, we had some back and forths on Spaces like once or twice. But it wasn't really a promoted situation. We didn't even know if it was real, even when y'all was talking about it. I was always on the fence of it's not happening until we were in front of each other and I got the flyer. When I got the flyer, that's when I started pushing it. And us doing 100K is because there was no promotion. There was literally no promotion. None. It dropped on Christmas against Rex and Chess, which was an incredible battle. They had a crowd. It was on the URL channel. They had a fight. So it didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
and Easy and John John.
Easy and John John had promo for 2-3. We didn't have any promo.
Facts.
You look at Verb's numbers, I think he averages somewhere around like 600,000 views on battles. I only have 4 or 5. I average about 250, 260. People didn't know we battled. People literally did not know we battled. There was a trailer for like 2-3 days or something like that. Like it wasn't, I think ARP was happy with it because people were paying to see it beforehand, so he made some money back on it. But, it wasn't no promotion for the battle, you know what I'm saying? So like, I saw Verb going back and forth with people saying, it didn't do the numbers.
I've never been a numbers guy.
Never been a numbers guy. I don't care about stuff like that. Because I've never really done big numbers unless I was putting out a music video on a label, or like when I first came out in the game. I don't really worry about numbers like that. I don't post my Spotify numbers. I don't really think it's anybody's business, to be honest.
Gotcha.
And I've been successful. I've been living off my music for 17 years, so I don't really need to show people what's going on from that perspective. But I understand why people were on Verb's neck, because he was talking so much about URL. So I could see why people were like, you and Mickey are not past a certain number. But, you know, all my battles have passed 100,000, every single one. You know what I'm saying? I was expecting, if we would have got the promotion that we were supposed to get, we should have hit 250, 300,000 views.
I agree.
You know, like,
easily.
But they didn't get any promotion. You know, I did a Chris Unbiased interview. I did a Chris Unbiased interview, and I did a 3 Letterman interview. That's it.
Yeah.
None of the major blogs, hip hop blogs, picked it up.
Yeah.
Nobody
we didn't even
knew
know what was happening. It just kind of just dropped out of nowhere. It was like, and for me, it was like, this is the battle they wanted to see after him versus A-Ward.
Yeah. So
without the promotion, I feel like it definitely took a lot of the steam out of the battle.
Yeah, I mean, people, me and Verb have, I think, 60,000 views when we arguing back and forth on
Exactly.
on Uncle Rod channel. Like, so like, why wouldn't it do numbers? Like, people like to get on Verb, and that's on Verb. But you can't be mad at me. I tried. You know, ARP said no, don't promote. I said okay, cool. I ain't gotta promote. He said promote after the battle drops. So I said okay, cool.
When you look at Verb and his I guess his outspokenness, and now, you know, going against, you know, URL, and just his stance on everything, and the saying that, you know, these new guys don't hold no power and things like that. What do you do? Is it hurting the culture when he goes on this, or is he just bringing light and exposing things that I guess should be spoken about, or a little bit of both? I
mean, you know, it's his opinion. You know, it's his opinion, man. Like, the community of that Spaces is like, he gets, let me be like, the max today, he had Joe Budden in there, so it was like 3,000 people. Yeah. But before that, it's like, the max was like 600-700 people be in there. Like, it's not, come on, guys. Like, it's, come on, man. I feel like he's speaking his mind, but it's not, it's less than 1% of the community that's hearing what he's doing. It's not like killing anything. Like, it's him expressing himself, people listening to it, and sometimes it does align, but I don't think, come on. Shout out to Verb, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And just another thing about the promotion, me and DNA promoted, well, I promoted, DNA was dealing with a loss in his family. Yeah. You know, but I promoted like crazy, and that shit is like 700,000 views. Yeah. That was one of the most anticipated battles, along with
a great battle.
Yeah, it was a great battle, along with Twerk and Rum and Geechee and Shine. Like, we were like a co-headline situation, you know. So yeah.
All my wrists is frogs, all my women is boss.